Okay, here we are, and here's the Puget Sound. Um, okay, I have been attacked repeatedly over and over by these two families at least. Other families have been brought up, like DuPont and the Merovingians, but there's not as many incidents with them as with these other two families, which would be the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. Um, from what I can tell and what has been happening, they have drop shipped military military grade technologies onto me, which is nanobots and nanites. Um, and they've used drones to do this. And these are basically like forced. This is sort of like a forced measure that they've used on me to try to extract my gene materials or to try to coerce me into reproducing with their daughters. I mean, this for quite some time I was going through what they call a program, and they do programs in the military. And anyone who's been in the military knows about the military, knows about these programs. They've tried to put me under a program in which they constantly, every day, mention the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to you until you break. And they try to break you, and they use certain military to break you. And like it's kind of like I had a bunch of drill sergeants connected to me inside of my mind, inside of the technology inside my mind. Now this technology is connected to my nerves, and it's very, very small. Obviously, it's nanotech. It's on a subatomic level, so it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and you can have it as a spray, or it can fall from the atmosphere down onto you, and it can just get inside your skin, and it's inside your body. So it's very easy to disperse these technologies, and they're rather insidious and hard, and rather somewhat nebulous to extrapolate on the end resultant effects of these things, because simultaneous to this, they have medical technologies that are far and ahead of what you would typically get from a normal standardized medicine that most of the public has access to, that can heal the body very, very rapidly using a certain type of stem cell therapy or stem cell healing. So they can very quickly cause damage and remove things, and then very quickly heal it. And that's what they try to do with my brain. And I think part of the conspiracy behind this is that they are trying to remove a very unique force that my brain generates, that has to do with a rare acumen that I have testimonials from past, like a past girlfriend or like past friends, that I'm able to exert up upon, like, say, my surrounding atmospheres. And I'll say it in that way only because I'm not necessarily talking about, like, someone from a physics perspective would take it in, and you'd probably get a lot of debate over how I just used that, but you have to kind of like think of that in a different way. And so I'm speaking in jargon to you, and this is why you're hearing me speak this way, is because I have a certain way to like word everything that's also my defense. So they tried to steal these unique formulations out of me in terms of how my brain functions, and they've also tried to cover it up. So this is like a high level cover up that they're attempting on me to steal this out of my brain. They've used an AI to do a copy of my brain, and this AI copy, they are trying to basically edit the brains of other people. And this is a massive military interest because of how high my estimated worth was found to be when they took out a bunch of military contracts and tried to do a net worth value on these things. So they posted the bill inside of my brain, and they taunted me with it, and then they continued to torture me, and then they basically tried to coerce me again towards reproducing with their daughters. So there was these two families as the primary like interest in this that were mentioned to me, and that is why I bring them up. These are two families that may have taken part in trying to create like a movement against the crown to try to destroy the crown. So I am actually a beneficiary and a witness to the crown in the UK. And they've attacked the Windsors and tried to siphon information from the Windsors repeatedly, or other British royal family members. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I have a love interest in an individual who is part of the British royal family. So yeah, this is a very interesting situation I find myself in with this. I do have plenty of witnesses and testimonials, in fact quite a lot of them, and they will try to make it seem like it's otherwise, and through these various propaganda stunts here in the U.S. But there are a lot of different channels to receive this information. This is one of them, and in the near future, you're going to see these individuals, the whole situation fleshed out, and these individuals revealed. I do have several of them, and I'm going to start out with Mark Zuckerberg as the first one, who is taking part in a conspiracy against me. So Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, good luck.